So another big reveal has come and gone, including a brand new 2K Showcase trailer plus a full match list. So here we go, let's get into the latest reveals and let's see what each match is going to bring to this year's game. Now we know officially via WWE 2K that this year's 2K Showcase of the Immortals is going to feature 20 plus matches, and this is what we've got. It also kind of goes without saying that each match will come complete with its accurate arena, with each match also bringing back a bunch more, including the superstars involved, as well as attires that were used. So we have got Ricky Steamboat with George the Animal Steele versus Macho Man Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth at WrestleMania 3. So this not only confirms these versions of Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat, but also confirms Miss Elizabeth as a manager, as well as George the Animal Steele, who we have not seen in a main series game since way back in SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, which is pretty crazy. And despite being more common with the series, this match also sees the return of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who we've not had in the series since 2K20. Match number 2, Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant with Bobby the Brain Heenan from WrestleMania 3. Admittedly, one we've known about now for a little bit, so not much to add. We've also got Ravishing Rick Rude with Bobby the Brain Heenan versus the Ultimate Warrior from WrestleMania 5. So again, it is one that we've seen gameplay of already, so no real surprises. Nonetheless, good to have these versions of these superstars back in the game. And it is also worth pointing out we hadn't seen Rick Rude since 2K19. So as you can see already, 2K24 bringing back quite the number of legends. Match number 4, Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth in a neutral corner at WrestleMania 5. Another match confirmed, and these are the attires you're going to be seeing featured in this matchup. And this one finishes up the 4 matches from the 80s WrestleManias. Next up, we have got 4 matches from the 90s. Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan from WrestleMania 6. So this is another match that we've seen in promos already, so no surprises, but nonetheless, good to see it featured if you're a fan of classic matches. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Roddy Piper from WrestleMania 8. So this one is a very cool match to see featured. Both men continue their streak in the series, this time with these attires. Nice to see a more classic version of Bret Hart in the game. We've also got the WrestleMania 8 arena, which is actually a pretty nice looking arena to have featured. Ramon versus Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 10. This match is of course one of the WrestleMania greats, with it being the first ever WrestleMania ladder match. What's great here is that we finally get a new attire for Ramon. We're also going to be seeing the return of a classic version of Shawn Michaels. And keep in mind the stage facing camera, where this arena could look especially badass. Rounding out the 90s matches, we have got Bret the Hitman Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13, which is a submission match with a special guest referee. This should also see the return of the special entrance for Stone Cold, featuring the glass breaking entrance. So next up, WrestleManias from the 2000s, kicking off with WrestleMania 17, with maybe the biggest WrestleMania main event of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. Now this one without doubt is one of my personal favourite WrestleMania matches ever, so awesome to see it featured in 2K24. We're obviously going to be seeing the respective version of Rock and Austin, as well as the always amazing WrestleMania 17 arena. And if 2K are keeping it super accurate, then maybe we'll see the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin's disturbed entrance theme. Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle from WrestleMania 20. So another really awesome match to see featured, and whilst these two are series regulars, it's going to be great to see the respective versions of these two in this year's game. It is also going to be great to see the return of the WrestleMania 20 arena, plus the return of the pulling down the straps ability that Kurt Angle will most definitely feature. Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 21. Another absolute classic, again similar to before, another great arena and great attires for both these superstars. And last up in terms of matches from this era, we have got Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 25. So it is pretty clear we've got some of the best WrestleMania matches ever in this year's game mode. so another good choice, and again some nice attires we're going to see back in the series. We now move on to the WrestleManias in the 2010s. Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton from WrestleMania 31. So when we originally had the arena in the games, it had a really cool lighting effect for the outside daytime arena, and hopefully we're going to see it back with the return of this arena. We then got Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair from WrestleMania 35. So despite most of us assuming Ronda Rousey probably wouldn't be in this year's game, she actually is, and for this year at least does remain in WWE games. And finally, our last set of matches are for more recent WrestleManias, including The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus John Cena at WrestleMania 36. So it is going to be intriguing how exactly this match plays out in the game, being that it is a Firefly Funhouse match, but at the very least we now have The Fiend confirmed for the 2K24 roster. And hopefully we'll also get to see the sweater wearing Funhouse version of Bray as well. Keep in mind he does have some motions in the games already. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens from WrestleMania 38. Another pretty fun match we're going to get to play through, this time confirming a more modern day version of Austin. And hopefully this also means the return of the always awesome ATV Stone Cold entrance. Then 3 more modern matches, all from WrestleMania 39, that in fairness we've known about now for a little while, including Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, and Bianca Belair versus Asuka. So again, the WrestleMania 39 arena confirmed, as well as all the respective attires for those 6 superstars. Overall though, I think it is fair to say that is a pretty nice list of matches. We've got a bunch of legends making their series returns, some nice retro attires and models for the likes of HBK and Bret Hart, and even some more modern stuff such as the much anticipated return of The Fiend. As always, share me your thoughts on today's video in the comments below, stay tuned for more like this, coming to the channel soon. And until next time, this has been 101, and I will see you all on the next one.